Welcome back. This is Two Tall Stitchers. I'm Carol, and this is my daughter Jennifer, and we are back for our Flosstube number 12. We can't believe it. The time has just flown by. If you're returning, we welcome you back. If you're new, hope you enjoy us and you stick around and subscribe. We really enjoy doing these. We were just talking about it, that we were both excited this morning about getting up to do this. And it takes a little while to set up, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
we have the really good news. Yeah,
news?
The really exciting news is
Yeah.
we have reached 3,000 subscribers as of this morning. It's a little over, like 3,001 or 2 or 3 or something like that. So thank you.
All the way from number 1 to number 3,000. Yeah.
Plus. Yes. It's just been overwhelming. It's a wonderful response we didn't expect, and it seems like you enjoy us, which is great because we enjoy doing it and we enjoy you.
We enjoy ourselves.
Yes. We have fun doing it together.
Yes.
We have fun.
Yes.
And even when we bring in the princess and sometimes Wonderhound. But
we've had a few requests for Wonderhound, but he's not interested in playing. He's curled up tight as a drum in the chair over there. And I think he's going to sleep away the whole episode. So
yes.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Unless a dog walks by, and then we're dead.
Yeah. But I want to say just big thanks. There were some absolutely lovely comments. There are always a lot of nice comments. Yes. A lot of you comment on how fun we are to watch and that you really enjoy us. And we really appreciate that. And then I also wanted to give a big thanks to those of you who left special comments for my charting a course that I finished last time. I know some of them were in hopes of winning the Pass the Stash giveaway, but they were all still very lovely comments. So thank you. That was a long-term project, and I am thrilled with the finish and look forward to getting that one framed soon. So.
And it's gorgeous in person. I mean, it shows up well for you guys, but my goodness, in person, it's lovely.
Thanks.
She did a really, really good job. She had a very good teacher, though, also.
Yeah. And then I want to say a special hello and shout out to Virpi from Finland. She commented on our last one that she heard Helsinki and had to rewind and make sure we really said Helsinki. We did.
Yes, we did.
We have a close connection to Finland. It's a little piece of our heart. When I was in high school, we had an exchange student from Finland, and Johan came and lived with us for a year in Houston, Texas, which was quite the weather shock from Helsinki, Finland.
Especially coming in August with most of your clothes on your body.
Yes.
Because there was a limit as to how much you could pack. The kid was stripping in the car, and I was like, oh my God, what have we gotten? He was just taking off clothes.
But he came in like a winter jacket and sweaters.
And he had long pants on, and then he had other pants on, and he had 2 or 3 shirts. Oh my, it was hysterical.
It was funny.
It was really funny.
But Johan, I mean, he fit perfectly into our family.
He did.
We had the most amazing experience, and we've both been lucky enough to go back to Finland. I went the first time when I spent a summer working in Europe, in Germany, for Girl Scouts. That's another story for another day. But at the end of the summer, I went up to Finland and spent about 10 days with Johan and his sisters, and then we both went back for
the wedding.
The wedding.
It was wonderful. Oh my gosh. It was just fantastic. We had such a good time. We got to meet his parents, his grandmother. And that's another big story we'll have to tell you about someday. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She was wonderful. She didn't speak any English, but that didn't matter. And we just had a great time. And we had so much salmon and vodka. It was wonderful.
It was great. It was a fun trip.
Great wedding.
We want to go back again because the baby they had a year after the wedding is 22 now? Yes, she would be 22. Crazy. So, you want to show your necklace? Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, Virpi, I wanted to show you that today I wore, just for you, my necklace from Finland. So, this was a gift that Johan's mom sent. She sent great gifts for the holidays, and it's from the Kalevala Koru, I think is how you say it, which is a piece of historic literature from Finland. So I just want to show you. I wore my Finland necklace. I have a couple, but this is one of them that I wore for you today. So a special shout out to Helsinki. All right, well, let's talk about the quilt of the day, and then we'll jump into the rest of our agenda. So today, the quilt of the day is one of mine. It's called Mini Pumpkins, and it's by So Kind of Wonderful, spelled S-E-W. And they focus on patterns with this ruler called the Quick Curve ruler. There's a full size, there's a mini, and this is made with the mini. I had a lot of fun making this one. It's a lot of scraps of oranges and grays, and then I bought this dark gray for the background.
What is gray?
But that was a really fun quilt to make, and I like putting it up every October. It goes up for the whole fall and stays up all the way through Thanksgiving. Yeah. So I've made 4 quick curve projects, a couple minis and a couple full size. No, 5 now. And I've made them all at our Shipshewana retreat. So I didn't make any this year, but I actually had the book with me. But I've had a really good time making these. And then I quilted this one myself. It just has kind of wavy line quilting up and down in the gray. And then I did stitch in the ditch around the pumpkins to kind of make them stand out a little bit. They don't really stand out, but that's okay. So yeah, this is just a wall quilt. And for people say, how many quilts can you make? Infinite, but I really enjoy decorating with my quilts throughout the year and hanging them up as wall hanging. So this goes in one of my standard spots above my couch. So
you'll see that today.
Yeah.
You'll see that today.
So I think today we're going to take a little bit of a different approach. We have a lot of things to talk about because we've been 4 weeks, I think, instead of 3. And in those 4 weeks, some things happened outside of cross stitch. So what we'll do is we're going to break up this episode into some different segments. And if you're just interested in going to the cross stitch segment, what I'll do is I'll put down in the comment box or in the description box the time stamps for when we start different segments. So if you're interested in one but not another, you can skip forward to that next one. So we're actually going to start with some life updates. Then we're going to talk about our quilt retreat. Then we'll go into our kind of our normal Flosstube. And at the end, we have a special Halloween bonus. We are going to show you
a lot
of Halloween projects that we've made over the years. Stitching, quilting.
Which we didn't realize we had so many until today. It was like, wow.
And one super cute gift that my mom bought for herself that you got to see. So we do have giveaways from last episode. We'll do that in the traditional Flosstube part. We'll also do questions in there. So I think that's how we're going to break things up. Yep. So why don't we jump into just general life updates?
General life. I'm still sitting here, okay? Obviously, and I'm upstairs, which means I haven't had my surgery. When I talked to the scheduler after I talked to you guys the last time, I said, yes, I'd love the end of October, beginning of November. And she said, how about December 7th? And I said, I'd love the end of October, beginning of November. And she said, how about December 7th? So guess what? It's December 7th. Not till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. I maybe I'll lose 100 pounds by then because I won't be able to eat after midnight. But so the surgery is December 7th, unless I do it myself sooner because today has not been a good day. I've been really uncomfortable today. But I'll be fine. And we can video from downstairs and everything will be great. So just think of me on December 7th because we'll talk to you before then.
And we'll get in 1, maybe 2. I was looking at the calendar. Yeah. We may do a couple of short ones, but we'll get in 1 or 2 episodes before then. And then probably we'll be close to the end of the year. By the time you get through the surgery, have some time to recover, and we get through the holidays, it'll probably be close to
we may celebrate my birthday. You never know.
Yes.
That's toward the end of the year.
Our goal is to have you at least up so we can go to lunch on your birthday. Yeah. Or bring in lunch. Yeah. That may be what
I might be able to get out by then.
Yeah.
That would be good.
And so that's really what you've been focused on. A lot of medical stuff, normal checkups and all that stuff, all to get you ready in preparation before you go in for the big new hip.
Yep. I'm trying to think about like what I'm going to take downstairs, get everything staged so that I have all my stuff downstairs. Because asking my husband to come here and get it is not good.
Not good.
The last time, I would say, I need this. And I would tell him specifically what it was and where it was. And he'd say, okay, now I brought down these 3 because I wasn't sure which one you said. And I said, that's the one. Well, I thought that was it. But so then by the time I got better, holy crap.
Like half of your sewing
room was downstairs. You wouldn't believe what I had to carry back upstairs. I practically had to pay her to help me because he brought down so much stuff. So I've learned over the years, and I will do it myself, and she will help me.
Yeah, and you're going to stage mostly knitting and stitching stuff downstairs.
I probably won't be sewing.
Yeah, if you get really desperate, we'll bring a machine down.
Yeah, we've done that too.
Alrighty. Well, last time I talked to you, I was just about to take my kids on a mystery vacation, which we did. The mystery has been revealed. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this, but if not, I thought I would share a little bit here. So the whole idea of the mystery vacation is that I knew where we were going. I did tell my husband because he's more of a day-to-day planner. Like I plan the hotel and the car and that stuff, and then he plans on this day we're going to do these things. So I did let him in on the secret, but the kids didn't know where we were going. This is the second time we've done this, and it's really fun, and it's hysterical the week leading up because my daughter was like, I need to know what kind of clothes to bring. And I said, bring everything from a swimsuit to a sweatshirt and jeans and warm socks. And she was so confused. But the reason why is because we went, we flew from Indianapolis out to Las Vegas. And
but stop first. The best part, I took them to the airport. So as they get out of the car, Jennifer said, okay, guys, let's go check into our flight for Las Vegas. And Jack looks at her, he said, Mom, is that in Nebraska?
I forgot that.
I didn't. I thought it was hysterical. I was like, I think we need a little geography work here.
I totally forgot that. Yeah. Oh, and the clue we had given them. So the big clue we had given them is that they were going to get to a new state. So over their lifetime, we've traveled a lot around the United States. And so they keep track of which states they've been to. So I said, you guys are going to get a new state on this trip. And so that's why he guessed Nebraska, I guess, because he...
It was so funny. I practically fell out of the car. Yeah. Is that in Nebraska? Jack. Yeah.
He's a freshman in high school, by the way.
So he's a boy, too. So.
Yeah. So we flew out there, and I stitched on the plane, which was awesome. And...
everybody behaved on their flight, too.
Everybody behaved. We did not have any of these bad travelers, which was really nice, too. And so we got there, and we quickly got a car, had some lunch at In-N-Out Burger, which we don't have here in the Midwest, which was very yummy. And then we headed to St. George, Utah. So we spent the next 2 nights in St. George, and we went to Snow Canyon State Park for some hiking on our first night there, and it was gorgeous, and we were there for sunset. And then the second night, or the second day, we spent the full day at Zion National Park, which was awesome. I love it, and it's in my top national parks. So we did not hike the Narrows, which is the kind of the most famous trail there through the really narrow rocks. But Mike and I kind of agreed that we definitely want to go back and do that, the two of us. You have to kind of plan ahead, and this time of year when the water is in the 40s, you have to get outfitted for the trek because you go right up the river. So that was super fun. And then we left Utah the next morning, and we went to the Grand Canyon, and we went to the north side of the Grand Canyon. Most people have been to the south side. That's where Mike and I have both gone as kids, where it's kind of a desert. It's in the middle of a Native American reservation, but the north side is very different. It felt a lot more like Colorado to me. It was more mountainous, and there were pine trees, and there was this gorgeous meadow on the long drive into the North Rim. It was cold. There was some snow on the ground. But we got there and just had the most beautiful views. We also stayed there until sunset. And then we stayed at a little lodge in the valley about an hour from the rim of the canyon, and the place was built in 1923. It was really a neat old place. No Wi-Fi, so we all went to bed very early that night. No Wi-Fi, and we had no cell service. So we went to bed really early, but we had a great time there. And then we got up the next morning and went back to Las Vegas and spent a couple of days in Las Vegas. For me, the 2 highlights were Stitcher's Paradise, the cross-stitch shop in Las Vegas, which was amazing. And I'll include some pictures from the whole trip, but also from Stitcher's Paradise. And then we went to one of the Cirque du Soleil shows. So we saw the show called Love, which is a Beatles-inspired show, and that was really fun too. So it was overall a good trip, and we came home. Jack and I both came home with colds, not COVID. We checked, but cold. He wound up home from school for a couple of days, but everybody's on the mend now, and I think we've adjusted back to Indiana time, to Eastern time.
Pretty much.
Boy, one thing I have to say, those of you who live in dry climates, I'm so jealous because man, my daughter and I, our hair was so great out there. Oh my gosh. Every day we were like, there's no frizz. And especially when you have some curls in your hair, it was awesome. So any of you who live in the Southwest or up in the Northwest where it's dry, I'm jealous. I could go. And then we came home and it was 2 days of like rainy, damp, cold weather here. I was like, can we just go back? So that was our mystery trip and we had a really good time. So I will add a few pictures here so that you can see a little bit about our vacation. So I hope you enjoyed those pictures. And now we're going to move on to our next segment, which is our retreat recap.
Yes. And we go twice a year. We love it. But we started, probably 3 or 4 years ago now, doing a challenge. And one of our group, and we have anywhere from 6 to 12 in our group, we go to Lolly's, which is the store in Shipshewana in the Mercantile, and they have an unbelievable sale room. It's bigger than some quilt shops. And so one person gets to pick out the mystery fabric or the challenge fabric. And then we have a year to make a project and bring it back. And we
all get a half yard of the fabric.
Yeah. And so this year, we didn't get it last year because of COVID, so we did it this year. And
so this was from 2019.
Yep.
This is the challenge fabric that was selected, and I think Kathy picked this one. So you can see it's on like a deep purpley brown base, but then with a ton of different colors in it. So we each got a half yard, and you make whatever you want.
Right.
And so now we'll show you what we made.
And you can use other fabric.
Yes.
So there was a shop by us called Quilt Expressions, which unfortunately has closed. It had great contemporary fabrics. And I went up there, and so this was my table runner I made. And I quilted it myself, which is really great since it's stitch in the ditch. Nothing really exciting. And then this is the back. So, yeah, there we go. So that's the back. So it's kind of reversible.
Yeah.
And... probably not my colors, but I loved it. And the fabrics were, I don't know if you see the yellow has little dots on it, and the green has some stripes, as does the pink. And I was really excited. And
you had this done. So we picked out the challenge fabric in October 2019. You probably had it done by Christmas.
I did. I just got it done. It was shocking.
And then I was the opposite. A week before retreat, the text cloud goes around and it's like, I can't wait to see your challenge projects. Don't forget to bring them. And our friend Betty says, oh, I've already made mine and sent it away. We were like, we're going to need photographic evidence that you really made it. And she did provide it. So she's on the up and up. But then I was like, I haven't made a darn thing.
And there were a couple others who said,
oh. Yeah, so
I need to make something.
We had an aha moment, and we'll insert a picture in a sec. Well, at the end of this segment, we'll insert some retreat pictures, including the one of all of our challenge projects. Yeah. But I had this crazy idea that hit me about 3 nights before retreat. We left on Wednesday morning. I did this on Sunday night, and I made face masks.
For everybody.
So I made 7 face masks. They all have different linings. So I had some green, some pink, yellow, purple. I think those were my linings. So I made face masks and everybody got a face mask. And then I actually used mine quite a bit on our Vegas trip.
She did.
But yeah, so that was my aha, and like, I'll get you for making us do this. No, we had a good time.
Now, the first time we did it, we had a lady sitting at another table. We put everybody's name in a bag. And then she pulled out a name, and that was the person who got to choose the fabric. And then from now on, the person who chose it the last time obviously isn't going to do it again. So we put in the names of the people who have not picked it. And so this time,
and neither of us have picked yet.
No, we haven't.
No,
have we? No,
neither of us have. Ha! You just wait. Paula, I know you're watching. Wait to see what we pick.
So this time Betty drew the short straw, and she was like, oh, I don't know what to get. And we were like, there's a lot of Christmas at Lolly's. Yeah. So Betty came through.
And did you say it's from the sale room? So yes, you have to go into the sale room. Yes.
And it has to be enough that there's at least like 6 yards on the bolt so that everybody can get a half yard.
Yeah.
So this is the mystery fabric. Or the challenge fabric for next year.
Challenge fabric, yeah.
And it's got a lot of turquoise in it. It's got a little, I'd call it, kind of gold. Yes, it's got gold.
It's on like orange. A dark orange base.
Yeah. So that's our challenge for next year. And I've kind of been thinking, which is really scary. So we'll see.
I haven't been thinking yet. It kind of goes with my shirt, though, a little bit. Better than
Not
with
really.
yours.
Yeah, oh God, no.
So that's the fun. We'll see what we make with these. And we won't reveal these on our Flosstube.
No, we won't show them till next year.
Because they're a surprise when we reveal them at retreat.
We take them to retreat. Everybody brings them in a bag, and then we lay them out for show and tell, and then everybody gets to see what we make.
And everybody oohs and ahs.
And it's fun. We really like it. And we've had lots of different things. One year I made a little purse on my embroidery machine, the whole thing. Another year I made one of the 5-yard quilts. And
I made a mini quilt.
You made a mini quilt.
I made a laundry bag one time.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Then it was 2 years ago that she came to retreat, and on Wednesday night she made her project. And had it ready for show and tell.
First one, I think.
No, I think it was recently. It was
because we've done it 3 times. It was the first one. Yeah, and so you can see there's a little bit of a theme here. I don't always work ahead. And so I knew what I was going to do, but I brought it all to the retreat. And on the first night, I went from cutting my fabric to binding the quilt. And it was a little mini quilt. I'll bring that at some point and share it. But yeah, that was fun.
But we have fun.
Everybody accused me of cheating, but it only has to be done for show and tell. It
was fun. It was fun. So then we thought we'd show you the projects we made at retreat. Now this is... you've seen the one I made before, but this is an insulated lunch bag, which I made for my daughter-in-law because she takes her lunch to work, and we went to a shop called Calico Point in Goshen, and that's where I got the fabric, and I just love it. The inside is
the interior,
the inside is a nice, pretty light color. And then you can hear the insulation is crinkling inside. And I use mine all the time when I go to work. So I'm hoping that she'll enjoy it. And that was fun to make. That was my one project.
And then maybe I'll show my bag.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're working on it. So mine, I made a project called the Beetle Bag. And it is a bag just to store a bunch of stuff. So this is what it looks like on the front. And then you can see on the bottom, got a nice little handle. It Velcros. And it opens up, and it is stuffed with all my stuff. And so then on the inside, stuff is flying out. There's a pocket on this side. There's inserts here. Oh, that's why it's flying out, because that one's not closed. And then there's another pocket, and this will be a pin cushion. I need to fill that and close it up. But... this insert came with, I bought it with the pattern.
Right.
It's not with the pattern, but you can buy the inserts for the pattern. And so what I did is I took all my little notions that I usually take to retreat, and I put them all in here, and then the whole bag closes back up.
Yeah.
And this took a long time to make. Any of you who sew know that bags like this take a long time because you quilt the bag material, you quilt the handles,
the straps.
It's fiddly, as somebody said. That's very fiddly. It's a lot of specific steps, but it was really fun to make. So Mom wants one now too. Yeah, and I think you bought the inserts.
I have the inserts somewhere.
Yeah. And I would show you the pattern, but I handed it off to my friend Paula so that she could make one for herself. She's going to look for the inserts. And then I told you that you had to quilt your own and bind it at the end, but I do all the steps in between. So when and the thing I love about this, so that I guess one other thing, a lot of times when you make these bags, there's a lot of different fabrics and this and that. This is 2 fat quarters and I think a yard of the focus fabric or the accent fabric. So it's 1 fat quarter is the outside, 1 fat quarter is the inside. And I guess it's easy to see the outside one. I got these fabrics at Backdoor Quilts when we went down and shopped for my birthday discount. My interior fabric is that one. And I just thought the colors were very fun. So yeah, so it was really fun to make. And I'm glad to have a new bag for all my notions. Yeah, still trying to figure out how to fit everything in there without it falling out, which obviously it just did. And then I made one other bag while we're on bags. And you guys remember that after our stitch retreat in August, Janie gave us these Bitsy bags, Bitsy boxes. And so I had found the pattern and decided to bring them up. So I made this and you can see just quilted it with straight lines. It's a cute little bag and it is perfect to hold just a couple of things. So this is my needle case and my long tape measure. So, and by the way, if you don't have a 100-inch tape measure,
it's wonderful.
These are the best. You see them in quilt shops from time to time. I don't know if that's upside down or not, but that's what it looks like on the bottom end. Those are great little.
They are wonderful. I use mine all the time.
Yes,
all the time.
So those are my 2 little bags.
And I have the pattern, and I have a zipper set out and everything. I haven't done it yet,
make one. Yeah.
Then from Quilts Plus, she does a little video every Saturday morning when she talks about her, the quilt of the month or whatever. So I was watching it, and she had this really cute panel for a book. And we have new neighbors across the street, and they just had a baby. So I wanted to make them something. I didn't want to make them something real big, but I just thought this is so cute. The wheels on the bus, and so the wheels show on every page, and it was a quick stitch, but I thought that would be nice because he's just a couple months old, and that way, maybe he's older than that now, but it's something that it can be washed and he can play with, and I hope he'll enjoy it. So I'm gonna run that over after we finish today because I've held on to it just to show here. And then in the back there was the place to write his name and everything. Yeah. And then,
we've made a lot of these little fabric books. They're great gifts for new babies or even 1-year-olds.
Oh, yeah. Because they can chew on them, they can slobber on them, they can do all that fun stuff on them. And then from Shabby Fabrics, they had a bunch of their pillowcase kits on sale. And my great-nephew, Bennett, watching this, Julie, plays football. Do not tell him. Do not tell him. I forgot about that. Don't tell him. But anyway, I made him, which is right side up. I made him this way. Nope. This way. I made him a football pillowcase because he's been playing football. And he's really cute, and he's not a big kid or anything, so when he gets his pads and his helmet and his uniform on, he's like twice his size. So I'm hoping that he'll enjoy this. So that's part of his Christmas present. So don't tell him, Julie.
Your handmade pillowcases are the hit of the family. Everybody loves those.
I've made a lot of pillowcases for the family.
And then my other project that I worked on, I have 2 more. I forgot about that one. So the other project I've taken to no fewer than 3 quilt retreats. This is Which Way North by Judy Niemeyer. I do believe I've heard this pattern is either hard to find or out of print, but it is just a gazillion flying geese, and it is paper pieced, which I like paper piecing. Somebody else isn't a big fan of it, but I spent 2 whole days working on paper piece blocks, and I got the middle of the quilt together. So I will I'll include a picture. And you can hear it crinkling because it still has the paper on the back. I keep it on until the very end. But what I wound up doing is doing dark to the other end is light.
Well, it was shaded, yeah. It was
shaded, yeah. And so I'm really pleased with this. I need to go through my stash or go to a nearby shop and get a border print. There's one, like a 1-inch border that goes on the next, and then I do the border blocks. So my goal, because I usually only work on this at retreats, is to get this done, at least the top done, before the next retreat. And there's applique on the pattern, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I just like the batiks.
Let me just show you in the pattern. You can see it starts dark and it goes up to light. And when she was first laying it out to put it together, she kind of had mixed and matched and everything. And it just didn't quite look right. Yeah. And so she said, you know, they do it this. I said, yeah. And then we sat there and we moved pieces around, and it just made such a difference. It was so really great. Better, yeah, so. Really, I'm glad she did it that way.
It was fun. And that's a ton of batiks that I've collected over the years since I started quilting. So a lot of good memories in those. I don't remember exactly which shops, but I know some of them I bought when we went out to Oregon to the Sisters Quilt Show. Yes, a lot of them from quilt shows that we've been to in the Midwest. So it was kind of fun to work with those. And then my last project was from this magazine, Holiday Quilts by Better Homes and Gardens. This is an old magazine, and I have no idea where I got it, or an old book. And I thought I would just have a little fun and make this little mini pumpkin quilt. And it says mini pumpkin quilt. And I thought, oh, that'll be a cute mug rug. I'll put it next to my computer at work or something like that. At work in my dining room. And so I made the first one. And this little pumpkin is made with squares that finish at 1 inch. So there's a bunch of half square triangles and squares. And I thought, oh my gosh, he's so cute. So hold this one up. So then I was like, what would happen if I did double side and did 2 inches? So then I made this pumpkin.
Papa Pumpkin.
Papa Pumpkin. And I was just flabbergasted that it was so much bigger. It's like 4 of the baby pumpkins. So then...
And that's only double.
Yep. Okay. So then I made a third one. And this is 1.5 inch finished. So we have our 3 pumpkins. Here,
Papa Pumpkin, Mama Pumpkin, and Baby Pumpkin. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. So that was kind of just a fun side project to work on. And I think what I'm going to do, somebody recommended stacking them up and down so they look like pumpkins stacked up together. So I just need to put some sashing around them and line them up so that they can be together. But that was my third project, and that was really fun. So that's our projects. Now we'll talk about winnings and haul. Prizes, yeah, so maybe we'll do door prizes first. We both won a door prize at the retreat, and
almost everybody in our group did. That was really neat. That was really neat.
The way that she does door prizes is she puts out like 8 prizes and calls 6 people, and so you choose one of the things on the table, and then the next time there's 8 prizes out again, so they kind of rotate. So when I won, I picked a pair of Machingers machine quilting gloves because I always leave mine at home when we're at retreat, and then I have to borrow somebody else's.
Mine.
So now I will keep one in my machine bag that'll go with me when I go to retreats, and the other one will stay at home.
And then I won one of these neat from It's So Emma. It's one of these that you can stick your needles, scissors or pencils or markers or anything else in. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty neat. So that was my winning.
And they have these that are, this is the full size. They also have like a half size one. Oh, okay. I've seen a lot of people use them for stitching too, because you can put like tweezers in, your scissors.
Oh, that's a
needle.
good idea.
I don't know what else you put in them, but we all have stuff next to our stitching area. So these are kind of cute for that as well.
Yeah. So that was exciting that we both won. And then we have a little bit of haul.
We didn't go
crazy. Yeah. On the way up, we stopped at Lowry's, which is in Goshen, not Goshen. Wabash? Warsaw,
Warsaw,
Indiana. And
somebody's yelling at us saying, where it is, who knows?
Yes. Thank you. Thanks for the help. So there was this bag, and Jennifer makes lots of bags. I make some, but she's really, I call her the bag whore. But this is the pattern, and it's really neat because it's a quilt as you go, and it came with the fleece all marked out and everything. It came with the webbing for the handles. Yep. Oh, and then I need to get that other piece of fabric out.
Oh, yeah.
So I bought that, but I didn't really see any fabric there I was crazy about. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll find something up in Shipshewana. Well, then we stopped at Calico Point in Goshen, which was a really nice store, and their prices were unbelievably reasonable. And so I paid $25 for this basically jelly roll. And it's really pretty. It's black, red, gray, and white. And then it's perfect for the bag. And then I got this really pretty gray for the lining. So that was all my haul. I really didn't buy anything else. That's except good. Well, I guess when we went to the Amish farm for dinner, I did get a Bobby Hindu pie, which I brought home. And I had the last piece a couple days ago, and it was so good. So that's really all I bought. I didn't buy anything off the sale table. I didn't go to Yoder's. We went to Lolly's and kind of walked through there and didn't see anything that really rang our chime. And JoJo's, where the pretzels are, I mean, I can't believe it. Usually she has at least 1 or 2 pretzels a day. We never had a pretzel this time, which is shocking. Yay. Everybody was like, really? You had no pretzel, Jennifer?
I know.
And we went through other stores and we just didn't see anything. We just, and it's funny because the one day that I didn't go out, I think you might have gone, we went, take that back. We went to E&S, the bulk food store.
The bulk food store.
And I got
dark chocolate malted milk
balls, cherry sours, minced onion, and dried parsley, and
noodles.
No, I didn't get the noodles this time. You got the noodles. And it seems like there might have been one other thing.
Extra dark
chocolate pretzels. You got those for Jack. Yeah. So we did go to the bulk food store, but we don't need to show you parsley.
Right.
And so, but we had a great time, and retreat was so much fun. And it's just fun to get together with our friends and spend time with them, because we don't have quality time where, we're not.
No distractions.
Yeah. No phones, no kids, no laundry, no meal fixing or anything like that. So we had a really good time, and we enjoyed being with them.
And I did a little shopping too at the Lowry's store. I picked up a pair of fold-up Fiskars. I've had a couple of pair of the fold-up scissors over time, but the quality's never that great, and I love Fiskars. There's another shout out to Finland. We actually went to the Fiskars factory in Finland. It was the coolest thing ever.
It was so neat.
And it is the best cheese slicer I've ever had in my life. So anyway, we got some.
Right. I have 2 of them. Oh, I love them.
They're the best cheese wonderful. Slicers. So anyway, they make excellent scissors and cheese slicers. So I bought those. And at the same, I think still at Lowry's, I got this just cute little piece of fabric. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it was too cute to pass up. So that's a fat quarter. I bought the same kit, but I did not find fabric I liked. And then I also bought this pattern. Neat. Oh, let me take it out real quick. So this is a pattern that you use binding strips, or in my case, leftover binding. And you put the fabric over it and then zigzag them all together, and it makes these Christmas trees. So we're going to try that for fun one day.
Yep.
And I have lots of Christmas fabric. So, yeah. And then at Calico Patch? Calico Point. I also got a really good background fabric. This is just a light tan. And
just a little bit of pattern. It reads as a solid, but it's got a very faint
my favorite kind of fabric. So I picked that up. That's, I think, almost 3 yards of fabric that'll be good as a background. And then I did buy one thing on the sale table. I spent a whole $1 and I bought this book. And guess what? It's the Quick Curve ladies. So it's their book. And there's lots of neat projects in it. Let me see real quick. There's one that I thought, that'll be the first one I make, which I won't be able to find now. Anyway, there's lots of great projects in this book, and I look forward. Oh, this was it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one I really like. So even if I make nothing else from this book, $1 for a book full of quick curve patterns is great. So I don't know how many of these are with the full-size ruler and how many are with the mini, but I'll have fun making a few more patterns with that.
Yes, you will.
So I think just last thing about retreat, if you didn't see our video back in May when we went to our last retreat, you can get some more information there. It is not our retreat. It is put on by another quilter. It's called the Threads of Mine retreat. She holds 3 a year now. Actually 4 this year. Yeah. So there's one in May, one in July, and then what she did for the first time this time is she did back-to-back in October. So it was Wednesday to Sunday and then Sunday to Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday.
And the retreat cost is very reasonable, and then you can stay at the hotel, the Farmstead Inn in Shipshewana, and we've done it now for 12.
10.
We've done 12 years, but we missed one year in the middle.
Yeah.
So, so it's a lot of fun. If you're interested in a quilt retreat and you're in the Midwest, look up Threads of Mine quilt retreat and you'll find the information. So,
I know that the October retreat is full, and I don't think she's taking any new people. The May still has a few openings.
October.
Yeah. And the May still has a few openings, and we don't go in July, so I don't know, but I would think there was probably plenty of room there. I think there were openings
then. Yeah. So it's a great retreat. We highly recommend it. And Ruthie does just a fabulous job running the retreat. Yes. Oh, and we were going to mention some of our big fans.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So while we were at retreat, I think literally as we walked in, somebody said, "That's 2 tall stitchers." Which it's nice, but it's a little bit embarrassing. Like, it's kind of weird. So we want to say a special thanks to and hi to Terry, Diane, and Betty. And then also when we were out to lunch one day in Shipshewana, Donna came up to me, and Donna runs the blog called Quilt Paint Create, and I'll link that below. And she runs the stash report each week where you track how much stash you use and how much you buy. And so she walked up and she said, "Hi, Jennifer, it's Donna." And I was like, "Donna, do I know you?" And we finally figured out how we knew each other, but she had watched our Flosstube as well. So hi to you as well, Donna. And then I think you also had a visitor come into the shop.
Yesterday, Tammy from Creative Country Girl came into the shop, so I enjoyed chatting with her. Yeah. Several people have come into the shop that have watched the video, and it's been great to talk to all of you, and I really enjoy meeting you. And I'm always impressed that people are impressed that we're really tall.
Yeah, so. We really are. So I think now we'll take a quick video break and show you some pictures from the retreat. I will not do a full show and tell like I did last time, but I'll just pick up some pictures from our group and our challenge and things like that. So enjoy those. Okay, here we go. So finally we are getting to the normal Flosstube section of our video. So hope you've enjoyed if you watched through the other part, and thanks for fast forwarding and coming right to this if this is the part you want to watch.
That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think first we had a couple of questions from our last episode that we'll jump into.
Yes.
And then we have some whips and some starts and some finishes and some FFOs to show. So let's start with a question. So Barbara Burdette asked, what's the sweater pattern and the yarn that you're using?
Okay, the pattern is Rowan.
The yarn.
Sorry. The pattern is Rowan Tweed. The yarn is Rowan Tweed, and I got that at a wonderful yarn store that is unfortunately has closed.
Does it have a colorway on it?
It probably has it doesn't really tell.
It has a lot number, but it doesn't
tell a color.
But it's a
tweed, a Rowan tweed.
It's a dark blue, not quite as dark as navy,
right?
But close.
And it's got some little.
It's got some flecks of color in it.
And then the pattern, as you can tell, I've had a while. I think I picked this up free at Michael's. Okay, so it's a Barocco they say Barocco, but the Rowan tweed has worked out fine. And then I also found it online based on the fact that I bought the yarn twice. So I also printed it off. So you can go to this website and print it off if you can't find the pattern in Michael's. But yeah, that was my challenge.
Yeah, and that's on the Barocco website.
And that was this is free patterns. Yeah, Barocco.
Barocco.com.
exclusive /ditto/ditto/html.
Yeah. Okay.
And the pattern, I guess the pattern name is Ditto. DITTO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Ditto. Yes, DITTO is the pattern name.
Okay. Great.
So.
And then Lisa and a couple other people mentioned low volume, so we're going to try and work on that today. So please do let us know in the comments if the volume's better. I'm going to try and adjust it in editing and hope that that makes everything a little better.
And we turned up the volume on the phone too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, and then the Scrappy Quilt, somebody was asking about the name.
Yeah, the one I made last time that was all multicolor and everything. That was called Traffic Jam, and it's by Pat Sloan.
Yeah.
And then Tricia and her mom, we hope that, Tricia, you got to see the pictures of your mom with the quilt. I did take it to retreat so that I could hint to her that she needed to make it. Yeah. Like, Tricia really likes this quilt and she wants you to make it. So maybe she'll start on it. Who knows?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
She wasn't picking up the hints.
No,
real
she
well.
was not real receptive.
Yeah.
So we can bug her the next time.
Yes. And then somebody else asked, how do we set up our stitching spots? And maybe we can take pictures to insert in a future video. But I stitch almost exclusively in our family room and watch TV, or mostly streaming from my iPad onto the TV, whether it's Netflix or Flosstube or other stuff. And I have a chair that most of the family knows they're not allowed to sit in if I'm in the room. And I have one of those like 3-tier carts next to me that's on wheels. And so I have all my stitching stuff in that cart, and then the bag of whips sitting next to me. So I kind of stitch whatever I want to stitch that day. And I sometimes just stitch holding the piece, not usually in hand, although occasionally I use Q-snaps or things like that, or I use the frame. And we talked about our frames a lot in the beginning, and our lap stand. I think we showed that at one point. So I'll do that, and then I pretty much have to have the light and magnification these days. I can stitch some of the 28 count on like white fabric without magnification, but anything higher than 28, or if it's a dark fabric or something, I need that light and magnification. So I always have that kind of coming over my stitching. That actually made a little bit of my plain stitching tough because I could only do so much. Although I have a little portable light that I did take with me that was okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you? And
I sew pretty much upstairs here. Mainly because I stitch, because my husband and I don't always agree on television programs. So I have my own TV up here and my own hideaway. So I sew up here, stitch up here, and sew up here. Yeah. And then I also have an aunt light next to the couch. And if my friend over there doesn't get into that spot, sometimes I'm allowed to stitch on the couch in that spot. And then there was a really good deal on aunt lights, so I bought another one. And I have it in the bedroom. And so I have a nice triangular pillow my mom gave me years ago. And I put that behind me, and I can sew in the bedroom. And then I just take a tray table and put my pattern up on that and my floss and everything. And that works out really well.
Yeah. But she decided before you have your surgery, we're going to go over to Michael's and get you one of those carts that rolls so that you have a little bit more flexibility, whether you want to be in your bedroom or in the family room.
I'll just have everything together, instead of having to worry about 7 trips later.
Yeah. Yeah. So those were our questions.
Yeah.
Shall we go into whips and new starts?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I am doing another shop sample. This is called Winter Holiday. It's a Mill Hill kit with a reindeer. And this is as far as I've gotten. I've been working on him. Yeah, do we have the backing? Ta-da! Yeah, there we go. So here he is. So he's coming along. He went quite quickly. And so I just have a little bit of the back to do and the head and the antlers, and then I can get into the beading. So hopefully I can finish this in the next week. That's my plan. Yeah, he's adorable. And then at our last quilt retreat, I try not to shop the sale table because, I have more stuff and I'm going to have to live to be 250 to get it all finished. Or she's going to have to live to be 400 to get all hers and mine finished. But anyway, somebody pointed out, I like patriotic stuff. Yeah, somebody. And so it's from the trilogy, and it was a little kit. It came with the fabric, it came with the floss, and the pattern, and everything in a kit.
Did you notice this one on the back? You've made that twice. Oh,
so
that's funny.
I like their stuff.
Yes.
So I started it earlier this week, and I got this far. And I really love it. And I have 2 mistakes in it, but I'm not going to tell you where, and nobody's going to know because it doesn't really show. But it's fun, and I enjoy it, and it's going very quickly.
That's cute.
So I'm hoping I can finish it up. Now, in the USA, there will be like 3 stars, white stars that go in, and then the flag down on the bottom with the words. And then it'll be done.
That's going to be done fast.
Yeah, it's really quick. So I wanted something that I could finish in my lifetime, or at least this week. And so I got that. So that was really good.
And then I have a couple of whips. So I have been working on my Chili Penguins embroidery project. And that was my airplane project because I thought that would be an easy one with one color of thread. And I got the whole top section done on the plane out there. And then I started on that second section.
Oh, let me see.
There. So I'm right about there, filling out the second section. There's still a lot to go, but I had a good time working on that, and it was great. I really like podcasts, so I was catching up on a bunch of podcasts that I haven't listened to in a while, just listening, and my son kept saying, you know that you can watch movies on the plane. And I was like, yeah, I know I can watch movies. I don't need to watch a movie. I'll listen to my podcast and cross stitch. So yeah, and then my second one, when I got home, I was tired, jet lagged, had a cold. I needed something easy, so I pulled back out Flea Market Flowers, and this is the only section I had left to do. And so I got started on that great big old pink motif, and I got that much done. Last night, my husband and I were watching Netflix, and he was like, do you want to watch one more episode? I said, yeah, because I got to get to a good stopping point. So I have something good to show tomorrow. So I'll finish up there's like lighter color petals that go around. And then, actually it goes, this way is the way it really goes. Yeah. And then I'll start to fill out. I had filled the frame out, but I'll start to fill out below. So...
And I haven't worked on mine, but I'm probably almost as closely finished as she is. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. And I did touch on it a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't. I'm going to pull it back out. Yeah. I really wanted to get a couple other things done.
I know. I'm into the fall stitching, but that night I didn't want to count and make mistakes. So that, and then I have one new start. So this one is called Graveyard Goblins, and I've had this pattern forever, and it's by the Nutmeg Needle, designed by Susan N. Stokes, leaflet 503. I can't tell you how long I've had this, but look at the price tag on that. $2. So I must have gotten this on a sale table somewhere, because I don't remember a shop called The Counted Thread. I don't know. No. If any of you know where that shop is or was, let me know. I don't know if I bought it there. I can see a date. Or I bought it from something else.
Yeah. I'm looking for a date. That's
so anyway.
1995. It must have been off a sale table or something.
Yeah. So I think like 2 years ago I kitted up all the threads that I needed for this. And so I just got a little start. This is the tree at the top. So I started that one Sunday morning. And this is done with the Wildflowers Needle Necessities, which now has a different name.
Yeah. Oh, I can't think of it. Timeless. I can't remember.
Anyway, it has a new name. I didn't bring all my threads with me, but you stitch this up and down. Usually I stitch left to right, so it's funny going up and down. Yeah. But I got that started, and I look forward to getting back to that one. Really cute. This is on a gigantic piece of mystery linen that I got in one of the grab bags at one of the sales. So It's I think it's a 28. It's either a 28 or a 32 count.
Looks like 32.
It looks like 32, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 32.
So that's my new start. And then we have some finishes.
This is really exciting. As I said, I didn't work on my flea market flowers because I got this done. And I love it. It's really cute. I even signed it and dated it. And Vicki has it hanging in the store. I'm hoping that we get it framed at some point, but that's...
and this is...
Wicked by Imaginating.
Yes.
And it's on the Called For Ada and the Called For Fabrics. DMC, yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
I'm really pleased with it. It was so much fun to make, even though it did have purple in it.
Maybe we should fabric frame it.
Oh,
that would be a pretty fabric frame.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
We could look for some orange or some Halloween fabric.
I just happen to have a little.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's for another day. But
And then the Mill Hill kit, this is the Quarter Moon. It's kind of hard to hold up.
There,
but
try and hold it.
Yeah. And he has the little hanging star and everything. So I finished him. And I was really pleased. I thought he turned out really cute.
And you finished that as a magnet.
I put the sticky back felt on it and then glued the magnet on. And it was fun to do that little hanging star. Yeah. You put your needle down on the beads, put it through the star hole, and then you put it back up through the beads. And so that was kind of easy. Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah. So those were my finishes, and I'm so excited to have that other one done. Oh my gosh, it's great.
You have one more.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I do. You remember I've been working on Christmas rules? Well, guess what? I haven't done the findings on it yet. I'll do that when I'm sitting on my butt on the couch. But it's done. It's done. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but I am so pleased with it.
Almost.
Maybe we'll take a picture of it and put it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it all done, and I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm
going to show it up close.
Yeah. And I did it on the frame, so I don't have any, marks from hoops or anything else or Q-snaps. And I love it. I'm really happy with it.
I might need longer arms to go all the way.
I think I'm going to finish it as a bell pull. I was looking on Hoffman the other day, and they have several bell pulls, so I need to measure it to see what width I need. Yeah. But I think I'll do it as a bell pull. That's a lot cheaper than framing it, because I can sew the backing on myself and then put the bell pull on.
And Vanna, the Twisted Stitcher, has a good bell pull
tutorial
does she? Okay, as well. I've used that before. And I need to make a bell pull, so...
Oh, good. Okay.
Maybe we can do it together.
That'd be fine.
Yeah.
So it's done.
Yay!
It's done.
It just needs the buttons and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty. And you have enough fabric at the end. Yeah. Look at all that. You'll be able to do something else. Yep. And once again, everybody's favorite fabric. This is Crystal Jade by Picture This Plus.
Yes.
Right?
And we got it at Fancy Works.
Fancy Works. Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's my big finish. Yeah. I almost forgot because it was out of sight.
And then I have 2 FFOs. So one of them is a finish since the last episode. And these are both shop samples for Persnickety. So this is Be Happy by Primrose Cottage Stitchers. I finished this one in Vegas. I was laughing hysterically because I'm like, how many people come to Vegas? And at night, Thursday night, I think it was, they're sitting in their hotel room stitching and are excited about a finish. Not gambling. Don't go for the gambling. So this is on 18 count Regency Ada, and I made it into a little pillow.
How cute is that?
Okay, and this is the coolest thing. So I went to Stitcher's Paradise the day after I had been working on this, and the Primrose Cottage Stitchers are from LA? Las Vegas. And so this actual model was in the shop. And it was so fun to see. And I picked it up. I told her, I was like, I just finished this last night. She said, yeah. She said they live here, so they bring in the models to the shop. So there it is. It was a quick stitch. It has stuff on it. Okay, now look at it. Quick stitch. I really liked it. The patterns are great. They're color patterns. They're easy to read. I highly recommend.
We can't show you.
Primrose Cottage Stitchers.
We'll show you from back here. Let's see that.
No, that's good.
There.
Okay. Yeah.
Quick look.
Quick look. But yes, I highly recommend their patterns. And for us, I mean, we've always been huge Lizzie Kate fans, and we've been down in the dumps since she retired. Although she still does put out freebies, and we can still get.
And we still have quite a few in our stash.
We still have a lot to stitch, but this to me is like this breathes new life into that. It scratches that itch.
They had some great Halloween ones. Yes. They've got Christmas. That's what I didn't bring.
So hopefully we'll be stitching a few more of these. But one last look, shop sample, and I did this pillow with the cut in the middle, and then I just fused on the fabric, and then I fused on my little initials and year onto the back, because when I do a shop sample of something this size, I didn't really want my initials in there. So it's a good way to capture initials and year on the back. So that was my first. That was a finish and an FFO, and then I had 2 other FFOs. So I told you last time, and you all gave me lots of encouragement on my trick or treat. I figured out how to cut the circle, and I'll tell you how I did that. But here's the finish. Tiny Modernist Halloween wreath. And so the board is from Joann's, the frame, and it's inset about 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and it has this little jute twine hanger. And so I took matte board. I don't use sticky board usually. I buy the big matte board at Michael's. I buy like the 24 by 36 piece of matte board, and then I cut it down. So this is Chelsea's checks that I glued onto the matte board. And then to cut the circle, we have Brothers Scan and Cut machines. We both do, which are like Cricuts or Silhouettes. And so I use that machine to do a 7.5 inch circle on cardboard. And it cut it out perfectly, and then I laid that down on the matte board. So that's how I did it.
Wow.
And then it just has a little bit of batting on the top, and I pulled it around and glued it. And this is glued to the this board. And then I had showed you I bought a broom and I tried to glue it on. I actually tried to glue it across the bottom, and it was just too many pieces. It didn't work. So it's going to have to go somewhere where it like leans or stands up. Because it wouldn't glue. But then I found this ribbon in my stash, and it was the perfect fit for this. So I'm really happy with this. We dropped it off at the shop the day we left for retreat, so she'd have it up, and we'll take it back today. Yeah. But this is a shop sample at Persnickety, so really happy with this. This was also a really easy, fun stitch. And then my second finish while I was making pillows. Third, yes, FFO. I went ahead and made my pumpkin brew from Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee, the Brenda Gervais book, into a finish. Cute. And what I love, my favorite part is this little purple in her hat. So I found some purple fabric in my stash, made a little pillow. And I think I'd like to go by Michael's today. They sell chenille yarn to trim it in that purple just to make it pop.
Good.
Yeah, so that's done, and that'll go in my little display. It's my second little Halloween piece that I can put in my bowl at home. So, yeah. So I'm happy to have those done. Haul.
I realized that I have some patterns, and I don't know where I put them, but I got a Primrose Cottage Christmas one, and it's here somewhere, but, you know...
We'll find it for next time.
We'll show
it. I also, for haul, I realized I forgot my haul from Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas. It's still in another bag that I had on my trip. I didn't put it into my Flosstube bag. So next time, we'll both show you the haul from this time.
From this time that we messed up, yes.
But you still have a couple things to show. Yeah.
I ordered this one. It's a JBW design, and I have something in mind that I have seen somebody finish. And we're not going to get too much into detail because it's probably going to be several Christmas gifts. And that's all I'm going to say. And then this is the Just Nan Stitchy Witchy Mouse, which
pull it back just a little bit.
We have in the store. And I thought it was so cute. So yesterday, Vicki kitted it up, and I'm going to do it on 32 count Belfast linen pearl gray. And then all his pieces come as part of the kit. And then yesterday, if you follow Persnickety at all on Facebook, I put up pictures because he has several friends that are in the store. There's some Christmas ones, and there's a birthday one. I think another Halloween one. Yeah. So I'll be working on that. And he should be a quick finish. And if I can't get it done, I can stitch it and then Jennifer can finish it. That's my plan.
With your biscorner.
With my biscorner. Oh, God. Yeah. Maybe that'll work on when I can't move either. Yeah. So we'll see.
Maybe I'll take away all your other stuff and leave you with your biscorner.
Yeah, I might get my biscorner done in my recovery. Yeah. I can't drive for 4 weeks because it's my right leg. I'm like, 4 weeks? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm going to be begging people to take me, not my husband. But, Jennifer and Pam. And so I know they're going to come through. Yeah. Right, friends? I love
yes. And then one piece of haul, which a lot of you have seen, Mom was at the Target dollar spot the other day. She said she was going to Target. I said, if you see one of those cauldrons, will you please get it? There was one left. It has a little ding in it. Yeah. That's probably why it was left. Doesn't matter. I'm going to cover it up.
Yeah, it'll be covered.
I know which piece is going to go in here. I think it'll go in this side, but there's also, you could put it on the outside. I have seen a lot of these being used on Instagram and Facebook in the stitching groups.
It was in the dollar spot. It's $5.
$5. Yeah. And I love it. So I probably won't do it right away, but I know what I'm going to finish in there. And I think, we have giveaways. Yes. Should we do those and then we'll show, are we talking about your knitting or?
No, we're not. My knitting's in timeout right now.
Okay. So you've still been knitting, but you're mad at it.
Okay. It's not been nice the last few days.
You want me to pull a different project?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your concern.
So for giveaways last time we had, I don't know where they are. Anyway.
Oh, they're in the bag over here.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just talk about them. So we have 3 giveaways from last time. So the first one was the Biscornu kind of surprise giveaway, and that was going to Narda. And Narda, we haven't heard from you, so please reach out to us between now and our next video. If we don't hear from you by then, we will pull another winner for our Biscornu Challenge winner. Second, I have my Charting the Course, which was my lighthouse piece. And I was going to pass the stash, send on that pattern and the leftover threads. And we had 54 people who commented for that one. And congratulations to Connie Pritchard. So Connie, send us an email to tallstitchers@gmail.com with your mailing information. And please confirm you're over 18. And I think from our stats, all of you are over 18, but I just feel obligated to say that. So we're in compliance with YouTube rules. So Connie, send me your information and I'll get that out in the mail.
Send that out right away.
Yeah. And then the Halloween, you want to talk about the Halloween?
Halloween, we had 46 people who said Halloween, and it's Sally Deem. So Sally, if you would send us an email at twotallstitchers@gmail.com, and we will get the Halloween magazine out to you, and you'll have a head start for next year.
Yes.
We should have gotten it out sooner, but just, things get in the way.
Yeah. But you can stitch Halloween all year, which I think is actually a good segue. So what we're going to do next is we are going to show you a whole bunch of our projects from previous years that are stitching and quilting, Halloween and fall related. So just a little bit of a project parade. I will say in advance, we may not know all the pattern names.
Right, it's been a long time.
We didn't gather those. We didn't try and pull them together. So if you see something that you're like, I have to know about that one, leave us a comment and let us know, and we'll dig around and try and find it for you.
Okay, but one thing I want to show you before we stop, and this is just too cute. There's a shop in Pennsylvania called Meadowbrook Gourds, and they make the cutest things. And I've got some patriotic ones, surprise, surprise, but I got him. Is he not precious? That little stack of pumpkins.
And it's made out of a gourd.
It's a gourd.
Yeah.
And now this one, he sits on a little base. See, he sits on a base. But the patriotic ones I have open up, and I think I can put like a tea light inside, and they're cut out.
Not a real tea light, just the electronic.
But they tell you, do not put a real candle in here because the gourd will burn up.
Yes.
Obviously, that has happened. But so I saw him and I just couldn't pass him up. I just love him.
So this is just cute. It's a company that we love. She loves, and we just want to share because
didn't I get you something?
You got me a reindeer.
That's right.
I'll bring him when we do Christmas. Yeah. So we'll link them below as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're in Pennsylvania.
So
another Made in America company.
Get ready for lots of Halloween and fall projects. Now it's time for Halloween Palooza. Okay, so we're going to start. This is one of my absolute favorite things. This is a sweatshirt that my mom stitched, and I I remember stitching on this too, but it was, you don't think I did.
No, she didn't.
I don't know. But back in the day, when I was in middle school, I think.
Or high school, yeah.
On waste canvas, we did all these projects. I still haven't shown you my towel that I'll bring at some point. We did t-shirts. We did this sweatshirt. So this is my Halloween sweatshirt. No idea what the pattern was. I think it was probably it was either Leisure Arts or it came out of one of the
I think I still have it. If
magazines.
you're desperate for it and you want it, let me know and I'll try and look for
I
it.
love it. I wear it every year for Halloween. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And this is my JBW pumpkin. And I love her stuff. It's quick and cute and small. So
yeah,
that's done.
And then I'll share, this is a cute little one I got in a kit years ago. And it says Best Witches, but my French knots went a little weird, so I call it Beat Witches because it looks like beat instead of best. But that one goes in my bathroom each year.
And this is my kind of a Halloween fall one. And it's
Pull it back. It's just a little
bit. It's glass in it. So it has charms. And I don't know why we decided to put glass in it because the charms are really cute. Now they're kind of welded to the piece, but still, I like it. It's fun.
And here is a wool embroidery piece. And I'm pretty sure this one came from Backdoor Quilts. This was an airplane project for a while when I was doing a lot of travel. So it's just a little candle mat with pumpkins. Love it.
And this is just a little table centerpiece. And I can find that pattern. I know I still have it. And then the back is a cute Halloween fabric too, or fall fabric.
Yeah.
So
that would make a great project bag if you have leftovers.
Oh gosh, it would.
Yeah.
It would.
And then I have this little witch with her fuzzy hair. Somewhere under there you can see her eyes and her little nose and stuff. So she was fun to make.
And this is my little pumpkin quilt. And that was fun to make. I really enjoyed that. And that came in 2 sizes, and I made the small one. And then my back is kind of neat because I pieced the back, which I normally don't do, but I was really pleased with it. I thought it came out well.
Yeah.
And I never dated it, so I have no clue when I made it.
It's not that old.
No,
it isn't
the last
few
old.
years.
Yeah.
I think you made it at a retreat. I think that came from Pumpkin Vine, a
Pumpkin
shop
Vine,
we used to shop at.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Since you showed a quilt, I'll show a quilt. I think this is my absolute favorite Halloween project.
Oh, yes.
This is...
It won a prize at the quilt show, didn't it?
I think maybe it did.
I think it won a ribbon.
I think it won a ribbon. All cut out by hand and fused on and then quilted. And I'll come close to show you because I did some fun quilting. I did spider webs around the border. I did kind of a back and forth across the moon. And then I did this funky kind of matrix pattern in the haunted house. This was the first quilt I really pushed myself on the quilting, and I love how it turned out.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And that hangs in my entry hall. Okay.
And then this is my October 31st from Kay's Frames, and it has the charm on it, and the charm flips. It says the witch is in.
I didn't know that.
So it depends on the day. You may get that, or you may just get the witch herself. So,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I love this one. It was great.
And this one I think I might have shown on Flosstube before. This is called Jack O' Lantern. And I did the FFO on a pumpkin board that I bought, I think at Joann's, and painted and put some little flowers on the bottom.
And then again, because I love seasonal stuff, this was a whole set, and I have for every season, pretty much. So that's my Halloween one.
Yeah. Super cute. And you bought all of these. You'd bought 12 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And her friend looked at her and said, "Are you really going to make those?"
And
so
I
then
did.
she was like, "No, I'm going to make them."
Yep,
so you
I
made
did.
all 12 of them.
Yeah, I have a watermelon. I have a heart. I have the pumpkin I'll show you. I have, I've got a lot of.
Yeah.
I think I have a snowman. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Okay, and these, I'm going to show a couple of these together because they're just recent finishes. But I thought I'd bring them out again. So there's my Candy Corn of Mischief and my little pumpkin one. You guys have seen these recently, but those are a couple other stitches. I have them up on my mantle now. So exciting.
And Then this is my pumpkin. So he'll go up in a couple of days from the same series. Yeah.
He goes after the ghost.
Yes, the ghost comes and then
he was up already though.
I know because I
forgot.
Yes. Okay. Getting old is so much fun.
And then this is a table runner I made with a charm pack. So it's a Halloween charm pack. It just makes a nice table runner that sits on our coffee table at Christmas. And this one I quilted with some cool variegated purple, orange, yellow thread.
Show them the back. The back's pretty cool.
Oh, and the back was just a fun fabric that I had in my stash. Yeah.
Okay, and then this one I love. This is my witch. And she says, beasties and ghosties and witches in flight come out to spook us on Halloween night. Yeah. And I've had her done for years. I love her. And yeah.
Yeah, so and this is just an awesome frame.
Yeah, that was just, the frame was great. Just great.
And then I'll show two together again. Or you have more stuff?
I'm done.
Oh, okay. I still have more. So these are both Mill Hills. So this is more of a fall one, and actually they both are kind of fall ones. But I made these over the last few years. I remember this pumpkin one I stitched in Lima, Peru. I had a really late flight out that night. I got a late checkout, and I had done all the kind of touring around. It was a rainy day, and so I just sat in my room and stitched for like 4 hours. So this pumpkin will always make me think of Peru. I was there for work. I've done a lot of work travel. Not now.
But you did.
And this one, you also saw this one recently. This is A Little Boo by Lizzie Kate that I framed myself. Love that one. This is probably one of my favorite fall pieces. Really, we say they're all our favorites, don't they? This is a Bent Creek called Harvest, and I liked the pattern. I liked the finish, and when I found this frame for it, it was like the oceans parted, and it was just so perfect. I love it.
Absolutely perfect.
And I framed that one myself. And then I had to bring this guy back because I love my little fox Biscordu, and he's out with my fall stuff. And last but not least, Happy Haunting. And I think you made the pillow for me because I think this was before I was sewing. This is an old Lizzie Kate pattern. Has a couple buttons on it. It made it through one dog, one cat. It's on the second dog and 2 kids, and it still has the buttons. So that's pretty impressive because it actually does go out on the couch. But my husband knows, like all my stitch pillows, he will not put his head on them. He's been trained well. So this is one that you helped me probably pick out fabric before I was even quilting.
Yep.
I don't know if I can read the year on this.
Did you put a date on it?
2009.
Okay.
Or 4.
Okay. So it's been a few years.
It's been a few years, but
since
I love
came up
that
here,
one.
But yeah.
Yeah, so that, I think, is our...
I think it was the
show.
Cauldron.
That was the cauldron that fell over. So
thanks for hanging with us. We hope you enjoyed it. We had fun sharing everything with you. I don't think you thought we were going to share that much. We didn't either.
Yeah.
We were like, holy crow, where'd we get all these things from? Yeah. We made these? Yeah, it was quite a surprise for both of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a quick reminder on the retreat, we're still taking a wait list for October.
August.
Okay. And
our retreat, our cross stitch retreat. Two Tall Stitchers retreat. Yes.
In August, we're taking wait list for that, and we still have several spaces, probably 6 or 8 spaces for March.
Yes. So if you're interested in that, the information is below, and let us know if you have any questions. And then I think last thing, plans over the next few weeks. We will try and get back once, maybe twice before your surgery. I am going to Asheville, North Carolina to celebrate my friend Beth's 50th birthday a year late. So I look forward to that. She and I are both big stitchers, and the other 2 gals who are coming on the trip are not stitchers. So we were like, we're just going to bring our stitching and stitch all weekend, which is like, one of them is her sister. That's her worst nightmare, is that we're going to just sit there and stitch. So anyway, I have that little trip coming up and some Girl Scout stuff. And my daughter's musical that she's the stage manager for is in 2 weeks. So we'll be doing a lot of late night school pickups, probably a few homework related meltdowns in the midst of all the tech scheduling and everything. And work, regular work. So I'm going to keep stitching on everything I showed today.
Me too.
And probably start some new stuff. Yeah.
We always want to start new stuff.
I don't have the itch yet for Christmas stitching.
No, not particularly.
It'll come, I'm sure, but I know I want to get more done on that new Halloween piece I started.
Yeah, that's really cute. That's really cute. So again, thank you for coming. We certainly appreciate all your comments. We love to read them. We love to read them. It's just so nice and refreshing. And we hope we answer your questions. If you have any, please put them in, send us an email, put them in the comments, and we'll do our best. We go through each time and we try and pull them all out. So if we missed anything, let us know.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes. Hope everybody has a great day. Keep stitching.
Have a happy Halloween and keep stitching.
Take care.
Bye.